and gentlemen of the crypto space, we are live and in living Noah, living color, living Noah, one of those fancy phrases. Good to be here, 12 o'clock on a Friday, September 18th. Bam! Friday. Ain't that a good word? See, that's the problem, you know? Why is that a good word? Because everyone hates the shit they do during the week. Everyone's tired. And that's just wrong. And why is that wrong? Because we should love what we do. We should enjoy everything we do. And there's something wrong if we're tired at the end of the week. Because I know there's a difference between being tired and being like, whoa, that was good. I'm exhausted. And then there's a tired that I know most of us feel that's like, oh, finally I'm done with that stuff. And that's why it's wrong. And you know, people glance over that. Like that's the way it's supposed to be. And I'm tired of that. And I don't accept that. I don't accept the way it's supposed to be. And everyone does it. Everyone gets a mortgage and has $400,000 in debt, so I got to do it. I don't accept it. And I get into bits of tit for tat, family, wife, friends, about things that are kind of socially accepted as the norm. And I'm like, no, man, that's not normal. I find it awkward that everyone thinks that that's the way it's supposed to be. No, we're going to do things differently on Noah Talks. We're going to make the right decisions. Listen, that's the most important thing. If you want to win, you can't do what everyone else is doing because the vast majority of people aren't winning. How about them apples? Charlie's in the house. Always a pleasure, my brother. Yes, I'm exhausted. Oh, too much work. You listen, that whole Friday, that's me right now. I'm tired. Did I do what I wanted to do this week? No. Do I know what I want to do? Sure. I want to code the things that I want to code. I want to work on Digibyte. I want to play with Solidity and smart contracts. I want to play with Polkadot. I want to dig into the Cosmos Hub SDK. Do I get to do this? No. Do I get to do the things I want to do? No. So for me, Friday is just as you said. I'm tired because I didn't do the things I want to do. Fundamentals and technicals, portfolio balance and sizing. The point of this title is we got some systemic shift. We got some seismic action going on in the crypto and equities markets. So we got to come back to fundamentals. Fundamentals tell us what to look at. They tell us what assets are potentially part of a bigger picture that have meaning, that have macro, big scale. That's what macro means. It means the big shit. What is the meaning in the largest of perspectives? How does all this fit into a puzzle? And a narrative is a story, because that's what we do. We tell stories about the way things can likely play out based on the properties of an asset, based on the goals and of a project and their intentions. And then we have to assess risk. They're honorable intentions, and so many people are taking way too much risk buying pickled tokens and hot dog ERC20s and whatever garbage they're buying nowadays. Who else is in the house? Lewis is in the house, my brother. What's up? How many positions is too many? And Nathan says hi. Well, all of this is subjective. You have to have a gut instinct. Do you feel like it's too many? If one of the assets goes 10x, did you have enough value in that asset? And that means if you're only playing with a certain amount of capital, 8 might be too many. If Bitcoin goes 10x and you're not able to say, holy crap, I made a crap load of money, then you spread too thin. And that's a great way to assess, never spread too thin, never go all in. One of the things that I say quite often. An asset you have goes 10x, and you haven't at least, you don't have at least the capacity to say, damn, that's a good win. then you spread too thin, my friend. So, you know, it's not easy. And there's no science. There's no, are you spread too thin or are you not? It's a gut instinct that everyone has to have for themselves. I myself, I was spread too thin at some points, and that's risk. But I got 20, 30, 40, 50% rips back to back on stuff like Bancor, stuff like Kyber, stuff like Lend, and I was able to roll that into fewer positions, man, this must be 3 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe four at this point that I was trimming. And I'm like, this was not going to last. And lo and behold, we're here today. And this is where we are. Check it out. This is where we are. You're telling me 3 weeks? Well, okay, Uniswap, yeah, this is basically going to be a unicorn because Uniswap has more volume than Coinbase. There's something special going on here. And the most important thing, there's a lot of these pools, the liquidity providers, and these AMMs. But which ones are actually doing crazy stuff? There's a difference between hoping something is going to do something and something actually doing something. And that's kind of like the narrative between like Cardano and Ethereum. The folks that talk about Cardano are like, oh, it's going to destroy Ethereum. Yeah, but it's not. It's not. It's like, yeah, it's going to be better than Ethereum, but there's $9 billion locked in DeFi. So, yeah, okay. Now, great. One day, maybe it will, but I'm not going to adjust my portfolio based on one day. Maybe it will. I'm going to adjust my fucking portfolio that Uniswap just ripped 104% to the upside in 2 days. Holy crap! People don't live in hopes and dreams. So you can have hopes and dreams, and that's fundamental analysis. Cardano has some serious fundamentals. It's meaningful, the effort, the work that has been put into building the platform. Elrond is ahead of Cardano. Tezos is launched. Polkadot has functionality. Cosmos has been picked up by China, the National Blockchain Initiative, the BSN. So you have to put all of this shit into perspective. And this is why, sure, you want to take an extremely speculative position. 0.5%, 0.25% of your portfolio into Cardano. Maybe it's overpriced. If again, this basically means for a person like me, it's completely uninvestable, because 0.25% of my portfolio, and Cardano is worth billions of dollars right now in market cap. It's not going to go 100x on its money. It's completely uninvestable to a person like me. It doesn't make any sense. I don't see it going 10x, 100x anytime soon, because it's not going to overtake Ethereum. Ethereum has first out of the gate disruptor status. It is a ongoing disruption. Here's the disruption. Let me see the video. Make sure you can see my hands. Here's the disruption, and here's Cardano. When Cardano gets smart contracts launched, it catches up to the disruption, and bam! There goes Ethereum. It's first out of the gate. It has the momentum. It's already moving. You can't disrupt ongoing disruptions. It's like Lyft trying to disrupt Uber. It's like Apple trying to disrupt Microsoft. It took 20 plus years. And sure, then Apple triumphed, but are you going to put, well, bear in mind that actually kind of is a complicated topic, because if you put your money into Apple before it disrupted Microsoft, I don't know. But who's going to sit around 20 years and wait? There's plenty of money to be made now in the interim. And that's where technicals come into the picture. Technicals override fundamentals in the short term. And they allow us to protect our gains and accumulate. And that's the goal. That's what we need to do. We need to accumulate gains. Alrighty. Let's take a look. So Uniswap ripped. This is crazy because it's the opposite of basically what Curve did when it launched. Curve went straight down. Uniswap is at $6. What do you got, Nathan? What about the argument that Ethereum is a disruption that can't deliver on the disruption? Yeah, but L2 Solutions. Okay, that might be the case, but that isn't today. That's not what's occurring. How do we know that? We look at the gas prices. It was at 500. I saw 750 instant Gwei gas prices the other day when Uniswap yesterday late morning. Yeah, no, we're at 372. This network is hot. This network is on fire. This network is being consumed. This network has value locked. It is delivering. Now the thing is, look, Chico Crypto talks about Reddit and the L2 solutions that are needed for Reddit to actually deploy because Ethereum gas prices are not bearable and you can't actually deploy. It's not going to work as intended. So you need the L2 solutions. So we can have L2 solutions. Eth 2.0 is rolling out probably in a year or two, so I wouldn't bank on that anytime soon. And I think this is what I think plays out. I think, sure, if there's another network that gains traction, like Elrond or Cosmos or Polkadot's, I mean, Polkadot and Cosmos are definitely going to gain some serious traction. But this is where interoperability comes in, my friend. And all of this work that was built on Ethereum is built on Ethereum. It's here. It's working. It's functional. The developers are going to iterate on Ethereum, and they're going to figure out how to offload functionality to other chains, producing results back on Ethereum. Ethereum is the base. It's the foundation. It's the baseline. It's the first out of the gate disruption, and everything's going to stem from it. Offload work to another chain, offload work to an L2. Great. It's going to go back to Ethereum. At least that is the perception that I have. Clearly, a speculative bet is that another network overtakes Ethereum. But for me, I wouldn't take that bet. At least not at this time. My gut instinct doesn't indicate that Polkadot, in a matter of a month or two, is going to be worth $50 billion and you're going to go 10x on your money and disrupt Ethereum. That is highly speculative, and the risk, I don't see it. I don't want to take that bet. Because that's all we're doing is we're taking bets. What are the likelihoods that something is or is not going to happen in a given period of time, the time horizon for a bet? SB's in the house, Peter's in the house, always a pleasure. Yeah, I got the main screen on, sorry. All right, so yeah, I was looking at DeFi polls, 9.12 billion locked in Ethereum right now. Uniswap is on fire. I hope this page, look at it, I can't even load it. Everyone who used Uniswap on any Ethereum address was given 400 uni. So I've used Uniswap on 3 Ethereum addresses. I sold my 600 on one of them. My primary address that I actually provided of this address. But I've transferred Uniswap uni from 2 other addresses into my primary address, and I provided liquidity to Uniswap of the uni asset and ETH. So in a matter of 24 hours, I've made less than 24 hours because I provided it probably last night at like 8 o'clock. This Uniswap right now. The Uniswap that was given to me for free is worth about $4,000 and has produced is producing about $100 to $120 a day of fees that ROI per day. Uniswap has given me a better CARES package than the government, and they gave me $4,000 and $100 a day. Come on, this is incredible. Now the question becomes how sustainable it is. But here's the kicker: if Uni no, I was thinking something, but that's not. That's not the train of thought that I want to continue with. Suffice it to say, absolutely incredible what the difference is between the Uni launch and the Curve launch. Curve, I just keep liquidating. The price just goes in one direction. It just goes down. Albeit, I have so much Curve that's owed to me that if I don't look at it for a week, I got a lot of, if this goes, look, 68 million, that's something's off about that. Now, Curve's a big, the Curve.fi, the protocol, what it does from a stablecoin perspective is a big deal. So I'm a little unsure what's going on with the market cap. 68 mil. Let's take a look at Uni. Uni's got to be up at a half a bill right now. It's got to be up at half a billion, 34. Look at that, 600 million. Wow. $6. I think I have 900 units left. Absolutely incredible what they gave with what this is the performance of this asset. Let's see what it does tomorrow. Making $200 a day and they gave me 15 grand. Absolutely incredible. Script, always a pleasure, brother. Yes, Candid, I'm back, my man. You're so deep into Yearn. Yeah, I love Yearn too. I didn't get into Yearn when I should have. It's okay to miss assets, and this goes into like. I mean, look what they're doing. They're growing, and then they have the insurance policies. I mean, the vault. This is DeFi automation, and that's why it's so hot. That's why it always was hot. Um, so I think Acro probably could gain some traction. I think they're the smallest of the DeFi automation plays right now. Um, so that's a speculative bet. You have to consider that with regard to position sizing. Time horizon is probably relatively short. Maybe a month, maybe 2 months. I would hope to see some action, but I'd have to pull up the chart. Let's take a look at some charts. Haven't been looking at some charts with you guys in a while. So Ren is on the defensive. So I would say this is pretty much a sim triangle because there is some slope on the support line. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a clear descending triangle, which would be a bearish type of pattern, because this thing is really holding on to this support line. And, it's fascinating, and that's kind of what happened with Digibyte this morning. And we're kind of in a little bit of a gray territory because this clearly was resistance. Check this out. If you zoom out, that's a very obvious trend line, and it broke through resistance, and then it turned it into support. This was a bounce on support, a very obvious bounce on support right here. And we're right on the border because clearly this candle right here closed above support, and now we're right on the line. Let's see what happens. This is the 4-hour chart, so we clearly have a fair amount of time before this candle closes. And I am leaning towards hopium. Bullish continuation for Digibyte. So for me, looking at a chart like this, it doesn't mean anything because I'm not going to buy or sell Digibyte. I have my position. I've had it for a long time, and I would. I just follow it because I love Digibyte and I want to know what's going on with it. And it makes me happy to see that we're finally seeing some attention and appreciation. Price appreciation, but also probably appreciation, hopefully, for what the hell it is. It's a serious asset. There's something philosophical about decentralized, real decentralized asset, cryptocurrency, and the mining distribution is much more distributed than Litecoin and Bitcoin. Come on, guys. Oh, come on, world, and appreciate it, a real decentralized cryptocurrency. You guys are so many people in the crypto space don't give a shit about decentralization, and that's so unfortunate because the whole point of crypto really is a fight against the establishment. It's really the max liberal, where individuals rule, and you don't have central authority. You don't have that whole representative republic. Presidential election coming up makes me want to bash my head against the wall. Two idiots running for office. Where's the smart people on this planet? It's not me. There's smarter people than me. Smarter people than me, ladies and gentlemen. And they sure as hell aren't in politics. Um, F2 test node? No, I have not, SB. I don't got time for that shit. I would love to. I'd love to participate. I have not. Man, I got. Check this out. No, I'm not going to put this up, but I got old school. I got a server that I run out of the house. I got a BlockNet service node, a Syscoin master node, a Zcoin master node, a StakeNet master node, a 4 master node, an Alquo master node, a Polis Pay master node. Uh, well, that's about it. That's worth mentioning. So I got a bunch of master nodes that I set up probably in late 2016, 20, no, later, because these were set up way towards the end of the 2017 run when stuff started to. No, wait a second. I set these up at the end of 2018 because BlockNet was dirt cheap and all of this was dirt cheap. I remember Syscoin being at 50,000 a master node, and I think I bought mine for like 3 grand. Then BlockNet, man, that thing was a fortune. It was like 80, 100 grand a masternode. I bought mine for a fraction of that. I don't remember the time ranges specifically, but this is stuff that's been sitting. I've had these assets sitting for years. I think, you guys know what I think about the BlockNet. I think they're big, serious, old school tech that it's just so frustrating how new entrants to the crypto space literally are like perverts. I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna make some money. Like little perverts. They know nothing about the tech. And that's that whole argument like I'm in it for the tech. No, I'm in it for both, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in it because I'm so tired of the traditional doing what everyone's doing, working type of thing, and that's where I'm in it for the tech. But there's also the money to be made, so it's both, and that's why I love so much the technicals and the fundamentals. So meaningful, so interesting, the details of the stuff that's going on. It takes 8 days to join the validation pool. Cool, SB. I like it. I look forward. I sure as hell will be running at least one F2 node. Why not? I'm set. I'm ready. Let's take a look at some more charts. So land. So I don't know what's going on because land is in a serious symmetric triangle. That's got some serious support going on over here. Over a little bit of a period of time. Those are serious candle body closes above. Uh, this is a heck of a region of support. Um, so if we zoom out a little bit, this reminds me of like Tesla, man. Can this break up? I mean, this is irrational exuberance. This is just insanity. How sustainable is it? Because if you pull up Tesla, you got a very similar chart, which is kind of funny. So you got this symmetric triangle, but it's coming off massive bullishness, and typically a symmetric triangle breaks in the direction of the prevailing trend. But how sustainable is something that's up so much? I mean, look at these gaps. Oh my God, it's just disgusting. It really is gross, guys. This chart is disgusting. No, this is not. I can't. I can't. I can't. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's everywhere. Oh my, I can't even talk about it. But look at this. Look at this. Check this out. Look at this candle body close right below support. So I listen. I say it on a lot of streams. I'm super bullish on Tesla as a company. Love Tesla. This chart is not Tesla. This chart is an abomination, and this chart is going to get destroyed. It deserves to get destroyed. The people who invested in it deserve. No one deserves free, easy money. You got to work for your money. You have to put in effort. You have to put in due diligence. You have to attempt to understand things. You have to spend mental energy. You have to deserve things. You have to not deserve. You have to earn things. Things are meant to be earned. Nothing is meant to be free. You got to work hard for things. So I'm sick of this free money shit. Let's take a look at the stock market. I don't want to see people get hurt. I'm a humanitarian. So strongly. Very much a humanitarian. But man, it's not meant to be. It's wrong. It's immoral that the stock market is what it is right now. It needs to come back down to earth and be represented. The purpose of the stock market is to be representative of the stocks that are actually on the market. And frankly, that in that sentiment, I expect Len to come back down to earth a little bit. But then and then on the other hand, I expect it to completely disrupt the entire legacy banking system, along with a couple of other technology providers, such as Compound, such as who knows what Maker's gonna do. But this is they're stand out in front. They were the first in 2017, the first lending and borrowing platform, and man, the tech, the concept, the fundamental concept that they produced is equivalent to a bank, a decentralized bank that has no underwriting office, no back office, no human resources, software, smart contracts that take people's value and have a capacity to securely, in an over collateralized fashion, lend it to people for interest. And if those people don't pay interest, their collateral is liquidated. The lenders have almost no risk other than the smart contract itself. And that's a bank. I'm taking my value and putting it into a place. And that place is going to lend it out and give me some damn interest. In fact, that's better than a bank because you put your money in a bank, you are not getting money that the bank is making when they lend your money for a mortgage. You're not getting that return. You're not getting 3-4% on a mortgage. What's a mortgage going for nowadays? Is it less than 3%? I don't really care. Don't get a mortgage. It's another story. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Link. Link's been pulling back. Oh, guys. I haven't looked at Link in a day. I've been waiting for a break. Now, when I say waiting for a break, this isn't where you buy, but this is going to be brutal. I don't think this is okay. I think that's going to be brutal. Dare it get through that red line? I think that red line is a 200 EMA in the daily. Nope. Where is that? What is that? What did I put that there for? And maybe it was just this general support region, because this was a previous resistance that was broken. Kind of maybe hope that it'll hold the support. Huh. I don't know what that red line is, ladies and gentlemen, but the bottom line is this trend formation, at least somewhat of a trend formation, is broken. Huh. I expect downward price action, baby. This is exactly why I have these big price targets up for Tesla. Minus 33% is my first price target. 49.75. I don't see any reason the second price target can't be hit. This is absolutely like this should just be erased. Can't we just like forget about it? Like this never happened. Like this really should have never happened. And I mean, at least here we have some decent price action. Let's get back down to here. All right, so let's take a look at Ethereum real quick. We still got the head and shoulders top pattern, but man, from a fundamental perspective, the use of the network is through the roof. Uniswap is proving that technology is so meaningful and powerful and is going to be disruptive to the centralized exchanges. They're doing more daily volume than Coinbase, and they have no overhead. There's absolutely no human resource requirements, and there's no server requirements. The server requirements are decentralized, and the smart contracts execute on the decentralized network. Absolutely incredible. So in many regards, here's the problem. Here's the problem. If you're throwing around a $50,000, $100,000 transaction, and you have a $250 transaction fee, it's still a relatively small transaction fee. 100,000, and you're talking. If you have $100 transaction or a $100,000 transaction, you have a fraction of a percent of a transaction fee. So you see, the problem is it's kind of just pricing out people, and that's why these gas prices are still elevated. Check this out. Let's see if I have this up still. Oh, come on. I hope this loads. I hope that loads. I want to show you guys this. I was playing around with this last night. So Uniswap for the Uni pool, there's $34 million locked up, and $157 million has been traded. But if you do a little peeping Tom action, look, check this out. Why are the timestamps 5 hours ago? Point being, you could get a little peeping Tom action and look in people's accounts, kind of looking at bank accounts. So this guy is $53,000 worth of tokens. Ugh, ugh, ew. This guy is risk off. You could get a sense of what this guy's thinking. Risk off, but he chose risk off and tether, so it's risk off and risk on because tether is just risk. He's got nothing else in the account. He doesn't even have Ethereum. Incredible. I don't know about that choice, buddy. I don't think I agree with that. But this is kind of fun. I do this sometimes to get a sense of what other people are thinking in their choices and how irrational they are. But I only look for the whales, really. A couple $100 here and there. But you'll see people throwing around 30, 40, 50 grand worth of stuff. And you can do this with other assets also. Why can't this reload? I want to show you guys like a $30,000 transaction. You see, I think that it's just completely overloaded. I think Uniswap is getting hammered. This is obviously a server, so this is a centralized implementation. This is not the actual uh, smart contracts. This is you know what I'm saying, guys. So this is getting just hammered. Um, that's it. Let's take a look at the top chart for a sec. Let's see what's going on. Sort 99%. Woo! That's good to see, and it's good for them. They were attacked by Sushi Swap. That was a vampire attack trying to suck the liquidity out, and I'm happy for them. And here's an interesting one that's important. Bancor, man, I Bancor deserves to come back and come back strong. They deserve it because they were there in 2017. And Uniswap took probably a good portion of their smart contracts and has catched huge amount of attention. So I'm really hopeful for Bancor, but we can't let hope override technicals because that is not something that you could assign value to right now, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this is a wait and hold. I mean, that is a heck of a yellow line right there. Check it out. That is a previous support turned into a fat 1, 2, 3 hit resistance. That's totally no touchy. You can't touch it. Sorry. Let's take a look at gold real quick. I mean, can it be a better symmetric triangle? We got 7. I think it's less now. That's 6 days. 7 days, 5 hours. Till you really get into the tip of this sim triangle. I mean, we got some serious stuff that's on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's playing out with the dollar. All I know is there's a trend line here for tops. I don't know. Maybe this produces some sort of a sim triangle, but this is really like a broadening. That's really what's going on here. A broadening wedge, a falling broadening wedge. So I'm not really getting a sense of what the significance of this is, but I'm finding that there is a clear attempt to go up, but there's resistance. And I don't understand how there's resistance because there's got to be such a massive demand for the dollar because of all the dollar denominated debt. So how are they alleviating the demand for the dollar? What is their backdoor channels, like something more than the swap lines where they're like giving trillions of dollars out? Maybe they're airdropping it, like care packages or something in like Call of Duty, and they're just parachuting down $1 trillion payloads the size of football fields. It's, Well, okay, let's take a look at the comments real quick, and we're going to end the stream, boys and girls. Can't believe I didn't tune in for the live stream earlier. Listen, I'll be here Monday. I'm always around, always here, Adam. Always a pleasure. Lewis says, Ren, I only own $5 grand worth. It's an island unto itself. Can't buy more at this level for 1,000%. Yeah, man, I think so. The Ren Blocknet story. That's what I'm kind of like reducing my large scale narrative to. Um, Blocknet is a fundamental UTXO. It's on an immutable ledger. It has service nodes, which is like a second layer solution that provides some serious functionality on top of a blockchain. Um, so there's an incentive to deploy. They use the blockchain as an incentive to deploy the service node. There's an incentive to hold block because it's a proof of stake. And I think there's great potential in block. Now, if you look at the chart, I don't even look at the chart. I can't even pull up the chart, guys. I'm sorry. My stomach can't handle it because it's so contradictory. That's what's really unfortunate about the real world. The technicals are contradictory to what the fundamentals say should be the case. The fundamentals of the blocknet are serious tech. It has a serious piece of technology, and they're deserving of a lot more appreciation than they get. And it's just unfortunate. So I will hold my blocknet service node because it's a speculative position that the blocknet will achieve its fundamental um, uh, uh, um, its destiny, its fundamental destiny. But technically, that's another story. So the same thing with Ren. Fundamentally, I like Arlen's points, and he's absolutely right. But what is playing out is overrides what we hope to be the case, for us, particularly from an investor standpoint, no doubt, and that's is what it is. So Ren has substantially more traction. It provides a solution. It is substantially more sophisticated. As of right now, it's not decentralized. And Laura makes a wonderful point. And Jared, too, with regard to the value of decentralization. And that's why I appreciate Digibyte so much. And that's why I appreciate what Blocknet is so much as well. They're trustless. We currently have trust. We're trust minimized. I think Ren would be defined as trust minimized because there is incentive for the centralized control of the platform to remain honorable. So that is trust minimized, or maybe that's incentivized trust. There's incentives for the platform to be trusted. Um, I trust it with a fair amount of my value. That's speculative. If you want full risk off in crypto, you go Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that's it because that's what the market cap says. The market cap says full risk off is Bitcoin and Ethereum because that's where all the value is. And that is going to be the least volatile as compared to other assets that have a less market cap. They will move more. All right. Adam says, how much of my portfolio is Bitcoin? 85%, 90% right now. And 10%, about over 10%, about 15% of my Bitcoin position, total value-wise, is Ethereum. Vast majority is Bitcoin. If you guys really want to understand what's going on with Bitcoin, you unfortunately going to need a subscription to Real Vision. Where's you got to watch Raul's chat with president of digital assets at Fidelity. Here, here. Um, what's his name? Tom Jessup. This is an absolute must-watch because this will give you the most important fundamental understanding, macro fundamentals, boys and girls, of what the hell is actually going on with the crypto space and how it fits into the actual legacy financial system. Because you have Fidelity, which is an old school player in legacy financials. Trillions of value is held with them as a custodian. And this is some serious stuff. This isn't 250, $300 billion market cap kitty stuff. This is real deal stuff. And these two minds, the way they think, the way they talk, the content they deliver in this video right here is just incredible. What Raul has built with Real Vision and the people that he gets to speak on it and the content that they provide in the videos. Absolutely invaluable information that helps you build your own narrative, your own understanding of the way things are working, the way things are likely to play out, that allow you to build a portfolio, to position yourself as best possible, to capitalize on the way shit is likely to play out, at least the way you see it. And that's why we talk on this show, ladies and gentlemen. That's why Noah talks, and that's why you throw your comments, and that's why I like to respond to your comments, because we're here to make the best damn decisions possible, ladies and gentlemen, because we want to do things differently than the way everyone else does them, because we're here to win. 12:41 on a Friday, September 18th. I wish everyone a wonderful weekend. It's always a pleasure. This is my favorite time of the day. I love to talk to you guys and gals. Wish you a wonderful weekend, and I will see you bright and early, bright and afternoon Monday, 12 o'clock. See you then. Peace.